Hello, Majid Murphy here, and welcome to Disturbed. Now, when I was going through the list of games that I wanted to play, this one caught my eye, and I'm not sure why. It looked like it was a very simple game, and it looked more of like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of game, but I like those, so we're going to jump in here and see how it goes. Start game. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt, and your cow is sick. Damn. Damn, savage. Is it going to go automatically here? Hit a button. Oh. What's this? I don't know. Skip. Oh, there we go. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day, you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you? Question mark. You've made up your mind. You're going to do something about it. Hell yeah, I am. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Is there a reason to go to the crops? Go in the shed. You attempt to go in the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Awesome. All right, go to the crops. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. This is really sad already. Go back to the house. Let's see if I can find the shed key. Yeah. Go to the house. Enter the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness as if growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. No, I'm going to fight the temptation. Open the chest. You open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. Less than I anticipated? What? I think it's going to be full of gold or something? Read my journal. Dear Journal, another usual day in the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethann is also doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk she provides. Oh, the cow. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. It's true. ... Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment? Well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get into my stuff again. Are you going to tell me where the key's at? ... Dear Journal, I woke up one night to a foul smell I've never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city to see what this is about. No, go back outside. Let's go to the crops again. Yep. Crops. Yep. Going to the thing. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand there, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. Fuck, this is sad. Inspect the water. You inspect the water looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. Just grab a mushroom. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores spray the mushroom. Your hand begins to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly, your body shrivels into the dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually, after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Go to the crops. Definitely go to the crops. Oh my god. All right, so I went to the shed last time, so we're gonna follow the path. We're gonna follow the path this time. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. Probably not. It's probably a bear. Go to the cave. All right, whatever. There's a faint whistle from the wind passing through the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. Which is what happens when you enter a cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deadly blight found outside. Go further into the cave. Oh, there is a bear! There's a fucking bear that I called it! God, before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful can be in there. Run away! The moment you turn to run, the bear roars with a deep growl, shaking the loose stones about the cave. All you can think about is making it back home in one piece. Well, you make it to the trail, and the bear catches up with you, tackling you to the ground. You scream in pain as the bear rips you apart. Your adventure ends here. Fuck me, man. God damn it. Start game. God. I suck at these choose adventure. But like, how did I was about to say, how do I know there's a bear in there? But I did know there's a bear in there. I called that shit. There was a bear in there. Go to the crops. You know what? No, go back. I'm gonna go lay in bed. Lay in bed. You lay in bed and fall asleep to the light sound of wind blowing outside against the grass. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything of it. An image appears before you, a stone, glowing as if it were alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows in more detail. You reach toward the stone with your hand. As your fingers makes contact, a clash of thunder rattles around you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away, like dust in the wind. The particles flow into the stone, sapping the life from your body. You feel pain you've never experienced before, and fear begins to flood over you. You suddenly see yourself laying in bed, never to wake up again. Your adventure ends here. Even laying in bed killed me. Even laying in bed killed me. This game's kicking my ass. I did not expect this. Go to the crops. Follow the path. Continue down the path. Okay, what's going to kill me next? You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Oh. Is it going to be somebody's wagon and they're going to be like, hey, what are you doing with my wagon? And fucking shoot me? You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. Why is that achievement thing not going away? You notice a key on the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach the bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he's home. I was want to go back. I thought I found a key to the shed, but that'd be weird if I found it on some random wagon in the woods. It said he was a kind man. Yeah, let's back to shack. You walk toward the structure, knock on the door. Dot, dot, dot. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere, if not dead. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and use it on the door. Oh, the door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. Just walk in. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. Can't tell if that's blood or just like scratch marks of the furniture being dragged across the ground. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Okay. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently, there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when you mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick. But what can be done about it then? I don't know. Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple weeks have been really rough on me. My trading business has gone under and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes that I can't be helped now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying and there's nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. You can't find a name to give the man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. Okay, so I think opening the trapdoor is a bad idea. It looks like something was dragged in there now that I think about it. But I'm going to open it anyway. Open the trapdoor. You observe the trapdoor and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. Without thinking! Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. Oh, there's a fucking body down here? God, it's a dungeon. You notice immediately that there's a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. Talk to the woman? You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there, let me out of here. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. The pressure? Why is that pressurous? You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me even if I told you. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me. I'm gonna free her. I have a soul. I have a consciousness. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards you. I will now do you a favor. A favor, you say. Oh! What seems to be the face of a helpless woman disappears and a horrible image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock onto your arms. Energy flees from your body and you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. God damn it. Try to be a nice guy. I don't know if I can load it, but I'm just going to skip ahead. All right, go to the crops. Follow the path. Continue down the path. Inspect the wagon. Well, I don't need to go into the shacks. Cross the bridge. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel as you should take a moment to rest. Oh, dying like 6 times? You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. This is probably going to kill me too. That's all this is. Pick of the grass. As you pick at the grass blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, the roots begin to sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs. Oh, fuck me. You turn around and see a large, angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream escapes your tongue as the tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left in your body. Your adventure ends here. Can I load the game? Nope. Jesus. Follow the path. Continue down the path. Continue on. I don't need the key. Cross the bridge. Take a nap. Take a harmless nap. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. Me. A bad feeling then overcomes you and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. I actually woke up that time. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen if you stay here. Moving forward seems to be the only logical option now. Ooh, what happened? Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Can I get rid of that freaking achievement unlock thing? Is that like a thing I can do? Get rid of it? Oh. I guess we're just stuck with that. You reach a point where the trail splits into 2 paths. Which way should you go? Okay. I always go left. I'm going left. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up toward a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you go? Continue. Follow the trail into the grass. No, last time the grass fucked me, so continue down the path. You walk for some time and find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. No, I'm not looking into the well. Someone's going to grab me and fucking kill me. Continue on. Whatever. I'm not dying anymore. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramor. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods about the farm. You discover the plague has spread to your farm, has also spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Continue across. You've come a long way and don't desire to turn back now. You march forward to the tainted soil. I think that's the sound of death. Before you can realize what has happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs struggle for air. Your body turns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. Oh, Jesus. Go to the crops. Follow the path. Continue down the path. Continue on. Cross the bridge. Take a nap. Whatever. I get it. Go right, I guess. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there is a tree that has a hole carved into it. Okay. You know what? Inspect the tree. Inspect the tree. You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in it. You look and see something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs. One on the right, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. Press the knobs. Press the left knob. Did I just do it right? Oh, there, I didn't do it right. Okay, so left. Oh. Middle, right, left. Okay, so leave the tree. There's got to be something around here. Go back to the. Let's go down the path on the right, or go left. Go down follow the trail in the grass. All right, let's do that. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Inspect the grave. You approach the grave and look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword! May I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me of it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of a pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. Okay. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. He would have killed me. Continue on. You pause to see that there's a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. And inspect the lake. Fucking lake monster. You step near the lake and look down into it. Resting underwater is an orb of some sort, sitting on the bottom of the lake. There's something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. That means death. I'm gonna dive in anyway. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards it. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you and its mouth stretched open. You try to leave for the surface, but the fish catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes. The giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. Can I get rid of that freaking achievement thing? Damn. I got it. I understand. I unlocked it. Yeah. What's F skip? Oh, to the next. Go to the crops. Follow the path. Continue down the path. Continue on. Cross the bridge. Take a nap. Go left. Follow the trail. Continue on. Continue along the trail. Okay, see what this way goes. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Expect the stone pillars. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center of a stone is what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed there. Seeing what you can't do anything, you head back. It looks like that's for the orb. So I wonder if I have to get the sword, which would allow me to kill the fish, I can get the orb, which I can put in the pillars. Okay. Explore. Can I save? Can I save this at all? Go back. Can I save? Oh, I can't save. I can't save. Oh, I can save. Oh, thank God. All right, return. I can save. All right, so continue along the trail. Explore the field. You find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears some spelling errors, that's fine. Disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. Oh, you think? You think there's something wrong? If only there was a way to charm it. A faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars. Oh, okay. Okay, so I think that's going to end my time here. I'm going to save the game real quick. Yes, I'm going to overwrite that save because it did nothing. Okay, so that's going to end this episode. This game, I'm dying a lot. I understand that. A lot of choices. I think this is kind of a puzzle game. That's what I'm kind of concluding from it, because it seems like you have to get things to get to the next thing. But I don't know how to do that yet. So we're going to keep playing, and we're going to see how it goes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and carry on.